Alright, so I figured out how to manage a problem we've been having with the size of text boxes rendered on our surveys. So this is a text box, for instance. We ask them this question and we want to give them some space to write the answer. Likewise here. The second page of this survey has quite a few of these big text boxes where we want them to write long answers. And so we want to be able to control the size of this text box. And the way we do it is through a couple of controls that we have in the workbench. So I have the dictionary file open, and I have this particular survey open, and I also have this style sheet open. The style sheet is hidden away in the static MTS CSS messages style.css file. And if I do a control click or a command control click on that, I can say open with a text editor, in which case it'll open here so that I can edit it. Alright, so in here I've defined these two styles. We could define other styles. For instance, if we wanted to make the width 400 instead of 300 or 600, or we wanted to change the height, whatever, we could add a style. Okay, so copying one of these for the style, I've then added this class to whichever questions I want to be rendered with a text box of that particular size. So this text box has a class of edit 300 by 100, which matches one of the styles I just showed you, and this one is an edit 600 by 100 class, so it's going to be rendered larger. One other thing to note is in the dictionary, let's see if I can find one of these. So, of these characteristics, a bunch of them are text, text responses that they're storing. I'm looking at final grade as an example. Final grade is of type text. So the choices are numbers as decimals, and date. Aside from text. But we know that this characteristic is going to be a text type characteristic, and the other thing we want to decide once we decide that is what is the length of text that we want to store. And basically anything that's over 100 is going to be rendered as a text area, and anything under 100 is going to be rendered as just a text input. The difference is text inputs alone can adjust the width of the text box, but it's always going to be exactly one line high, which is appropriate for things that are less than 100 characters. This particular response is only 5 characters, so what I had done here is I said, I didn't even fill this 0 in, I just filled in the 2. That's really the important value here. How big is this text thing possibly going to be? And this particular one was only 5 characters, and so it gets rendered, actually it's not in this survey, so it might not have been the best choice, but first name is in the survey. Let's see if we can grab that one. That one is a 0 to 20. So the width of this box is being rendered 20 wide. These that are being rendered both wider and taller are text area. And the text area, let's see if we can find one and look at it real quick. MCDB question 1. I allowed up to 500 characters there, well over the 100 maximum for a text line, and so it got rendered as a text box. Once it was rendered as a text box, I could also go into the message where I was using it and apply this style so that I could control the size of the text box. Thanks.